Excuse me. So we're working on 3184. Already went after Comet 2017 T2. So this is just going to be a full run on one galaxy tonight. Not going to do much hunting. I took this one 2 years ago. I want to take another shot at it this year. 2 years ago, I think. No, it was a year ago. January of last year. I put a dew strap on my over my filters. Hopefully they'll get rid of some of that ambient fogging that I think I was getting last 2 nights ago. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. It's clear here. Ha ha ha. Two
Yes,
days.
I'm like,
It's unusual. I've had two clear days in the last, two clear nights in the last 4 days. after after 3.5 weeks of clouds.
yeah, that's what it's like here. Yeah, we got like one break and then endless again. So,
I already did my comet work tonight already, so I'm gonna go on to it's a galaxy I did a year ago. I want to redo it. Oh, Dave needs an invite. Okay. Um, let's see here. I need a create invite. Copy. Um, okay. Looks like you might get that. Hopefully. Oh no, that was from. Oh well. Nope, he's not even on. All right. Hmm. So where are you from, John? Where you area you live?
I live in Philly.
Okay, you're east of me. What's the forecast look like for you on Tuesday morning?
See, Tuesday morning.
Around sunrise.
They're calling for rain Tuesday morning and evening.
Okay. Yeah, doesn't look good for me either. So there's an occultation of Mars on Tuesday morning.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I won't get no chance to get that here.
Yep. Hi, Tom.
Hey, Doug. I got your notification, and then all of a sudden I had a phone call, and somebody lost some dogs, and they wanted to know if I'd seen them. And so I had to put that fire out, and somebody else called me and said, "Hey, I got a couple of dogs down here." And then I was out standing I was getting ready to go drive around the neighborhood and see if I could find out where this guy lives that lost the dogs. And here he comes down the street. "You see my dogs?" I said, "Yeah, the lady down there's got them." So he got his dogs back. All or I'd have come right out here as soon as you put the note up that you were broadcasting.
Yeah, I'm broadcasting both places.
Yeah. That what was that other thing you told me to download?
Just
Uh,
Discord.
yeah. Why couldn't I get that working?
I,
There it is.
I don't know.
The
But
item.
you're on Night Sky Network, so
Yeah.
you don't even need to see the YouTube one. It's up to
Oh,
you.
oh, my speaker's going crazy. There we go. Yep. What object is this?
3184.
Oh, I can't count that high. Did you see the? Are you on Facebook?
Yeah.
Tom Tom McIntyre just posted a picture of Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Oh my, oh my gosh, it's so cool.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. I opened up Facebook and it's not there. Okay. How many guests do you have on here in YouTube?
Nobody.
Mm, just, well,
Just me.
and me. I'm there, but I'm just,
You must be invisible.
maybe I have to type something first.
No,
Yeah.
it says there's two people watching now. So,
Okay.
but I don't see you as a participant.
Oh, but I typed something.
Yes, I see that there.
Okay.
Okay, and now you're on the participant list. Okay. Yep, I think if you type something, he shows up then. Yeah, I had 3.5 weeks of clouds, and it cleared 2 nights ago. So I got on Friday night. Went after four things. Went after a supernova, a comet, and then I did a Crab Nebula. In fact, I'm real pleased with the Crab Nebula I did. That came out better than my old ones. And then I went after M100. It ran for about 2 hours and then failed around 3:15. Something failed. I was in bed sleeping, but I got up at 6:15. Came down here, and the scope was parked, so it cleaned up okay. But I don't know why it stopped acquiring data around 3:15. I'm not sure why yet. But that's okay. 3/4 of a night's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, my crab came out pretty good. I like it. I ended up taking only real shorter exposures on it this time because the longer you take, it kind of hides the filaments that are in the closer into the center.
Okay, say that sentence again. The longer?
The longer you take the exposures on the crab,
Uh-huh.
the close-in filaments disappear, are washed out.
Oh, really? So you got, I think I was using 30 seconds
That should
on,
be well. That would be fine depending on your gain, but
I was at, well, this was the, let's see, the M1 was with the 1600 color, and I was using the P2 filter, and it came out. At first, when I started broadcasting on Thursday night, nobody else was on,
that
and I was on, yeah, I was on the M1 and without any filter. And Mark Bahu goes on, get on there, and he goes, "Dude, we can't see nothing." He says, "You got any filters on there?" And I said, "No, I'm native." And he goes, "What do you got for filters?" And I told him, I said, "I got a D1, P2, and an SRT." And he goes, "You need to put that P2 on there." I said, "Okay." So I took a picture of M1 native, and then I put the P2 in there, and oh my goodness, oh, it was crazy beautiful. It was beautiful. It may be a little red for some people, but man, you can see all those filaments in there. It was really cool looking.
I'm going to turn the dither off. It seems to go crazy a little bit on my dithering. So I'm going to turn that off. I think I might have lost one frame there. Yeah. My RA went nuts on me there for a second.
What are you using? A 10-inch, 12-inch?
10-inch RC. That's right. I didn't put the data. I didn't figure anybody would come in, so I didn't bother to put any channel information up. I'll do it now.
Hey, John.
Hey, what's up?
Just loving life. I was sitting in the living room watching Family Feud with my 93-year-old mother. Well, that's okay. I got to watch golf and the Daytona 500. I still don't know who won though.
I didn't watch any TV today. I usually don't. I usually don't watch any TV. Once in a while, I'll watch the playoffs. That'd be about it.
Doesn't even have the winner on there. I might have to go to MSN, probably.
So tonight was. I've been getting some type of artifacts in my imaging lately, and I think it's my on-axis diagonal or my IR cut filters getting fogged over partially. So I put a dew strap around it tonight. See if that'll keep it warmed up.
It looks like it got rain delayed and they're going to finish the race tomorrow. Is tonight the Oscars?
No, I think that was last weekend. I don't know for sure.
Oh, you're right. It was last weekend. Yeah, you're right.
My wife watches all that stuff.
My wife is a movie fanatic, but I told her I don't want to watch the Oscars because all these actors and actresses are going to push their agenda, and I'm like, I don't even want to hear one word about it, so I don't want to watch it. So I don't even know what happened. I know that my hometown homie won an Oscar. I don't even know I can't even think of his name. Brad Pitt. He's from Springfield, Missouri.
What did he win an Oscar for?
Shoot. Let me find out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I was just curious. So I just watched the Ad Astra movie, and I thought that was a poor showing.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, Best Supporting Actor. Yep. I thought my skies might clear up a little bit tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have clear all night, except I might get some cloud cover around 1 for a couple hours in the morning, about 1 to 2, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let this run. I just figured I'd get on for a little bit. I'm not going to go hopping around to anything tonight. I already did my hopping. I got my comet already, and I don't even know if what I posted over on Night Sky Network. Let me see what I did from 2 nights ago. Did I post anything over there?
I'll be back in a few. I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right, see you later. I put up over there. Problem with having very few clear nights is you're tempted to jump around and grab as many objects as you can in one night, and you end up all looking like junk. The only time I find that useful is when I'm going after my supernova, just taking quick 10 minutes worth on each galaxy. Tonight might be a good night to do that, actually. But kind of decided I was going to go after a pretty picture. This one's placed really nicely. It rises at sunset and doesn't set until sunrise. It peaks about 1 in the morning, so I can actually image it all night, about 10 hours worth. I figured if I could get this object all in one night, I won't have to go after it again. Because usually I have to stagger stuff that's near meridian when I start. I can go after it for about 4 hours and then catch something that's rising. Oh man. Hmm. Yeah, I don't need one for the camera. I need one for the filters that are 21 millimeters or 24 millimeters in front of it. Hmm. 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 Yeah, I forgot to do that. Oh man, my RA is doing some bizarre things. Let me see if there's, yeah, it restarted again. I must be getting to that part of the worm gear where it's needs some cleanup. I got to tear this thing down and clean up the mount. I think I've never torn it down since I bought it. See, tear it down and re-grease it.
Is this an older G11?
It's only 3 years old.
Is it the one that's got the tucked in motors or?
No,
Okay.
but every once in a while, as I use the system, I'll go one night where I get this kind of behavior on the RA several times in the evening, and then the next time I go out and use the system, I don't get it at all.
So it's not anything that has to do with being in the east or being in the west.
No,
Okay.
no, if it's not that. Because
Yeah.
because the periodic error, and this is these swings are larger than the periodic error, so it's larger than the gap on the backlash. Because this is a huge swing here. Let me open this up to 16. Yeah, see this swung out to 12 arc seconds in one direction and over 12 arc seconds in the other direction. And I know I don't have that much slop.
Yeah. I had the older G11. I put new bearings in it, and that spring washer
Mm-hmm.
that goes down on the end, so you don't get that. It's supposed to help.
Did it?
Yeah, I think it did. In fact, if I thought my bearings were okay, but I thought, well, since I got it apart, I'm going to go ahead and replace it.
Well, I'm not going to
But,
replace a 3-year-old set of bearings.
but I've still got some of those because you can't buy just two spring washers. I had to buy 8 of them. So I could send you 2 spring
What?
washers.
From Los Monte?
No, they're who's the guy that does all these recommendations for G11s?
I don't know.
No, I'm gonna enlighten us. Um, mm, mm, mm.
Because I know I can get all the kit work done locally here with Clay Kessler. He's been authorized by Los Monte to do the work for me if I wanted to have tucked in and the split up of the deck
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah he'll do it local. He's about an hour and a half away, but he's local to us here. He's been authorized to do that work.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's a machinist. He owns part. He's a part owner of a machine shop down in Plymouth. Been there for thousand, I don't know, 30 plus years. So, but he's got 3. As far as I know, he's got 3 Los Monte mounts himself.
Michael Herman.
Hmm.
Okay. Uh-oh. Let me see if I can figure out what I did wrong here.
The good news about these glitches I get is SG Pro throws that frame away and starts it over again,
That is
automatic.
good.
automatically, so I don't even have to worry about it. If I get swings like that while I'm sleeping, it just throws them away and waits for the auto guider to settle and starts the frame over again. It's funny, I've only gotten 9 frames in. I think I've been up and running for about 40 minutes. That's about right, 45 minutes. Yeah, just finished the 10th frame. I suspect I'll get more of these over tonight. But I've never taken the thing apart and cleaned the grease or any of that. So it's been running. It's been sitting out there for 3 years running.
Yep. Might be time for a tune-up.
Yeah, or at least a cleanup. Put some silicone or what is that stuff? Uh, super glue or super um, lube on it. Lithium grease. And also check for any shavings and stuff like that. Now I got my basement cleaned out a bit. I've got a workbench down there I can work on. I don't have to wait for warmer weather to work on the outside workbench in the garage. So I could actually do that down there. Yeah. I had 3 weeks here. I could have done that. We're gonna get into new moon week. I can't touch it for the next 2 weeks. New moon week.
You might be able to get some really good data in.
No, it's fine. The system's running fine. I probably have to. I have to work on some collimation again. I think my on-axis is slowly sagging. I'll have to check the gap on the focuser and see if that's where it's at, because it's got showing a little bit of tilt in my objects now, in my frames. I don't think could be the optics has moved a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. When it's warm enough for me to get my hands out of my gloves, and I'm not and I'm willing to touch the metal, I'll check it all. But it hasn't been that warm yet. Let's see what my 300 millimeter is looking at here. Yeah, I decided not to take any more of those because there wasn't much there. I'll use that for some bigger objects. I got my Canon piggybacked on the 10-inch with my 300 millimeter zoom lens.
Okay, so I found some information. If you go to the Gemini-2 website, and and then the help topics, and go to tips from other sites, and then you go down to Michael Herman.
There we go, G11. Yep, I got it.
G11.
It says cannot be reached.
Okay, but if you go to the other pull-out window and click on Improving G11 OPW, you should get a file to open. Did you get it to open?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think
I'll save that.
That's the information on how to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you want to do it, I've got those spring washers. I've got some. I can mail them to you.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. Let me make a note and send me a messenger message or something with your address, and there is my cables, and I'm pretty sure I got a little envelope in there of those washers.
Let me look at this.
So the little spring washers are down on page 6.
Huh. Hmm.
But whoever had my G11 before, he had installed the one-piece worm gear on the RA side.
Oh, I don't have the one piece.
Yeah, but I think it'll still help you.
Well, I
But
think the
if you,
first thing I got to do is just crack it open and see if I need to clear out some, uh, metal fragments or shavings or something in the gear, because I suspect
yeah.
that might be what it is.
Now I wonder if it's in the same spot on your big ring and not on the worm gear, maybe that it's hitting.
I think it's probably on the big ring, the big gear.
Uh-huh.
So we'll see. I mean, like I said, I let it run all night and it ends up just throwing it away. So
Yeah, I followed those instructions and I didn't have any problem.
but I'm sure I could probably snug that up. Sometime I'll take it and tear it down. It just means I have to be diligent to do that. uh, I hate how my age has taken some ambition away from me.
Tell me about it. I was uh, I was really scared because I retired last year and I was looking at my Social Security and they weren't taking out any federal, and my two pensions, they weren't taking out any federal either. Of course, I knew that from my military because you know, I hadn't been paying federal for that money for 21 years. And so I was like, I gave all the stuff to a new tax guy, and he did my taxes, and he goes, "Well, you owe $175 federal." And I'm like, man, that's right where I want to be. That's perfect.
Hmm.
So I was really happy. I told myself I was going to buy a new scope if I didn't have to dish out a couple of $1,000.
So
So
the winter star party starts this week
where's that at?
in
Up in Michigan?
Florida.
Oh, the Chieftain?
Yeah, it's down there in the Keys. Got a couple of parks, Girl Scout
Hmm.
Park or something like that. I've never been there, but and I'm not sure I want to go. I want dark skies. And I don't care about seeing as much. I know the seeing's fantastic down there, but it's not that dark. It's like 5.5 magnitude.
You, I think you'd probably be better off like going west,
Yeah,
like like
that's a
the Nebraska. But
no. I'd go to New Mexico.
well, there's a star party at the end of May. It's called the Arizona Dark Sky. Let me send you this link. And one of my friends is doing the a presentation. Of course, he presented last year too. So here's this, and I plan on going to this. In fact, I will probably pay my camping fee and my registration to Explore Scientific this coming week. And I plan on loading up my scopes and that's not what I want. Let's refresh this. Delete that.
What do you have for camping? Just a tent?
Yeah, I've got a 10 by 17. It's got 3 rooms on it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna drive down on Sunday. Oh, this thing just
You're in
messed.
you're in Missouri,
Go.
aren't you?
Yeah, it's 1,200-mile drive for me.
Oh man, that's like 2,000 for me.
Yeah.
That's too.
Well, hey,
Where
if
where where in Arizona?
it's Tucson.
Oh hell, that's 2,000 miles.
Okay. Hey, if you drive to Springfield, you can ride with me there.
Oh, if I'm going that far, I'll be pulling my trailer.
Okay, let's try this again.
I'll be camping in a trailer, if you want to call that camping.
Well, normally I go with a generator and fans, but since I'm going to be parking in a campground where they have power already, I'm not going to take my generator.
What's the name of the park?
It's at Karchner Caverns State Park.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here's the link to the poster. Yeah, but I'm gonna drive down on Sunday. Hopefully, I'll be there Monday night. I'm gonna link up with Rhett, and Rhett and I are gonna, I think, run out to his club's property, and they have places to set up tents. They have bathroom, they have power, they have Wi-Fi, and
Oh,
you can
this is
just,
David Levy's Star Party. Yeah. All right.
yeah, it's kind of sponsored by Explore Scientific.
Yeah. It's only 4 days,
Yep,
3 nights.
and it's Bortle 3.
Oh hell, I've got that up north.
Yeah, you can go back up on the shore and get that good. But you know, the thing I like about the Nebraska Star Parties is it's Bortle 1 and it's dark.
Oh, I've
But
been to I've been to Nebraska.
the only thing is like last year we went for 6 days. We had one clear night.
Yeah.
Oh, they said in the 25 years it was the worst week ever. But you know, another party, but it's in the falls, the Texas Star Party, and then they have the Okie Tex Star Party.
That's Okie, Texas in the fall. The Texas Star Party's in May. Same
Oh,
same
okay.
same time as this Arizona one.
Mm.
So I've been to the Nebraska one. My biggest problem there was the wind. My 20-inch Dob was like a weather vane.
It does blow there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've had my
See,
tent
my
blow.
thought, yeah, my thoughts are going down to Rusty's RV park down there in New Mexico and sitting there for a month. These 3 day events, driving 2,000 miles for 3 or 4 days is not worth it as far as I'm concerned. I want to be there for 2 weeks
Uh-huh.
if I'm going to drive that far.
Well, there's another thing we're talking about doing. We're talking about maybe going to Grand Mesa. Terry Terry Holland. Uh, he's called the Outback. The Outback. What's the name of his thing? But he's from Australia and he moved to Michigan. I think he was in the Lansing area, and then him and a couple other investors bought this property up on um, the oh, in western Colorado, Grand Mesa, and he's got slabs and piers and power and internet. And my friend, who's a presenter for the Levy Star Party, he's like their geek guy for their computer systems. Uh, you know, if they have a problem, he just gets on his laptop and jumps into their stuff and fixes it. So, but we thought about maybe going there. I'm not really sure what. I know I just want to go somewhere else without the idea of being under the control and having to pay and having to drive so far. but I don't know about. I was gonna look up the Bortle skies out there where he's at, Grand Mesa. I just want to go somewhere. I want to go somewhere dark.
Well, I'll be going up in May. I'm going up to my property for 10 days. I'm going to have some scouts up there. They're coming up for at least the one weekend and to do some camping and also do some astronomy. So that's one of my public outreach events.
Okay, so get okay. I've got my dark sky place up now. You're up Frankfurt area, is it? Traverse City.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm south. My northern properties is west of Cadillac, Michigan.
Okay, but it's not on the water.
No.
So you're in between Manistee and Cadillac,
Yeah,
Dublin, Wellston.
closer to Harrietta.
Okay, looking for Harrietta. Well, I see Henderson, Hoxeyville.
Hoxeyville's close enough.
Oh, there's Harrietta. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's like, okay, so that's Bortle 3 right there.
Hmm.
Okay. So I was looking, okay, so Grand Mesa, Colorado's below Grand Junction. Grand Mesa right there. He's
But
bored. He's Bortle 2.
yeah, but see, my Bortle 3 is only two hours and 45 minutes away.
Yeah, I know.
So
Okay.
the advantage, that's the advantage. The disadvantage is it's not very clear very often here.
Yeah.
That's my reason for traveling would be to get to places where it's going to be clear most of the time, as
Right.
opposed to cloudy most of the time. Most of the time it's cloudy here in this state.
Yeah, there's some spots that are within an hour and a half of me that are Bortle 2 and down in the Mark Twain National Forest. But the only problem is I need to go scouting. I need to find some place where I can get permission, because I'd rather be on private property and have the security of the private property.
Hmm.
Man, I've been out hunting before and I would just go out. I would like kind of park on the backside of a hill, and I was sleeping in the bed of my truck, and these big pickup with three guys and guns and floodlights come driving across the top of the hill, and I thought I was dead. And I'm like, I don't want, I don't want that again. That scared me to death. I have never seen poachers like that, but I'm guessing they're everywhere. Yeah, but I got, that's quite a ways away. I got, I got I got stuff that's within an hour and a half of me. Actually, it's probably within an hour that's Bortle too, down by Ava. Just got to do it. I went down there scouting one time, and I found a nice place on a hill where it was clear to the south, and I couldn't see to the north because of the trees. But I asked the guy. I said, "Look, I just got cameras and tripods. Is it okay if I just sit in your driveway and take some pictures when it gets dark?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, yeah, no problem." So I did. I sat up there and I got some good. I thought I had some good Milky Way pictures, but man, it's hard to look through a viewfinder on the back of a camera and really get it in focus. You, man, it's almost you got to have a laptop or something just to.
Oh, well, I know. I used to do it on film.
Yeah, that's even that's even harder because you have fewer chances to get it in focus.
I mean, you're looking through the viewfinder of an OM1,
Yeah.
cranking your head around. I had a 2x uh, multiplier on that, so with a 90 degrees, so I didn't have to crane my neck
Hmm.
around. So that helped a lot. But if you didn't get it in focus, you're opening it up for an hour, and then you find out a day or two later, it's nope, it wasn't focused.
Man, I should go to Stockton Lake. It's Bortle 3, but it's still going to be pretty dark. I should do that. I've got one of those little Star Watcher or Sky Watcher Star Adventurers. I've had this thing for like 2 years and I still haven't used it yet.
Oh, I take mine with me. I got a sky. I've got a Ioptron Sky. Was it? What is it?
Yeah,
It's,
same
the,
thing.
it's the old one,
Yeah.
and I've
I'm
used
in,
it.
I'm in Bortle 6 right now. That sucks.
Oh, I'm just between 4 and 5 here.
I was really impressed with that P2 though the other night. It worked out really well.
The seeing is poor here tonight, so I'm not surprised if I'm getting a little drifting around on the guiding, the normal drifting. It's not supposed to get good until about midnight. I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right.